Hello and welcome to Challenger Virtual Season 6 Round 4. We're going to be racing, well, I'm not going to be racing, you're not going to be racing. Our virtual drivers are going to be racing around the Innsbruck Ring for the Austrian C-Prix debut. Track made by several people including, I believe, Anti-Pamucius and Nuno. Not sure if I'm missing anyone, let me know if I am. But it would be a very interesting to see this track in the virtual leagues. And I feel like it will be a very grip heavy track. As pre-qualifying is going on, let's take a look at the upgrades for this round. We've got a speed upgrade, so many speed upgrades galore. Audi Sport Virtual and Matessa both up to level 5 speed. Up to level 3 speed are Carlos Forza, Polish and RT Orlan, Nuri Racing Team, and Flying Fox. So the lowest speed on the grid is now NASA Luna with level 2. We've got an acceleration upgrade for Nuri Racing Team, which together with the speed upgrade brought them up to par with NASA Luna, joint 8th best car on the grid. Meanwhile, Russell British Racing got a double grip upgrade in time for this race, and also a turbo upgrade, which is pretty good for them. They're now the 4th best car on the grid. Carlos Forza, what can they do? We'll have to find out. Are they spending tokens? We'll have to find out. Pre-qualifying now over. Let's get ready for the qualifying then. Here we go. 3 minutes. No tire wear, no rain, no collisions, and boost recharges every single lap. Who will take pole position? Let's take a look at the tokens as our drivers drive their first non-representative lap. 3 tokens being spent by 5 different drivers, and 1 token being spent by 2 different drivers. Total of only 7 token spenders. We've got 3 tokens from Charge AT, Iceberg, Nandi, Juan and Fabio, both NASA Luna Racing drivers, spending 3 here today, but Iceberg the clear favourite to win a 4th race in a row for Audi Sport Virtual. 1 token being spent by Ricky Boy 12 and 1 by Mr. 06. We'll have to see where they come out. Now we're in lap 2, which will be more representative as each drivers will be counted at full speed from the finish line instead of when you start from first. You've got way less time to accelerate before the start of that first lap. So here we go. Iceberg, Tuan and Charge GT look to be on par in terms of pace. They are on par as they all tie 31.43. More interestingly, Priya tokenless on provisional pole, and Fabio in second, 100th faster than Juan Joe and Iceberg, while Priya's just 500ths faster than all of these drivers. Nandi 500 slower, so we've got the top 6 all within a 10th of each other. What a close qualifying that is. Juan improves, Iceberg improves actually, Nandi and Fabio improved to 31.27, both of them, and Priya to 31.17. That is the closest qualifying I've ever seen. Looks like we're already bound to be entertained by this race, by the qualifying itself. Charge AT and Iceberg both going fast here. This is Charge AT's first time spending tokens, and he improves to, wow, an astonishing 30.67 from Charge AT, and he's now on provisional pole. Iceberg could only manage a 31.08, but he's going faster than Charge AT now. He's pulling away. Juan's been left behind. Nandi, Priya, Kader going fast. Kader tokenless. He's up in 4th. Great performance from him. Iceberg ahead of Charge GT, and now through this tricky final sector with the hairpins. Iceberg with a time of 31.30 does not improve. Juan, 31 flat, goes on the front row. No, Nandi, 30.93 goes on the front row provisionally. We've got 10 seconds left. This may as well be our final lap. Will Charge AT take pole position? He's pulling away from Iceberg. He's found the speed through the middle sector and now going into the final sector. He's keeping it. What a fast lap this might be from him. Can he improve on his pole position lap? Yes, he can. By 200s, Charge AT starts on pole position for the Austrian C-Prix. It'll be Fabio on the front row with a time of 30.73. Nandi starting from third. Let's take a look at the full qualifying results because, oh my god, was that a qualifying. Charge JT on pole position for Carlos Forza. Fabio will be starting from second. Let's put on the tokens and upgrades here. Just so you've got all the information. Nandi starts from third, Juan starts from fourth, and Iceberg starts from fifth. Those are all our free token spenders. Priya, tokenless, starts from sixth. Kader, not so bad himself, tokenless, starts from seventh. Ricky Boy 12, spending that single token, starts from eighth. Interestingly enough, Aaron DeAndrian, the only driver now to not spend tokens yet. And he starts in qualifying, he starts from ninth, which is very interesting. Tokenless, Flying Fox, worst car on the grid as well, tokenless, and they start from 9th. Mr. Sro 6 spending that one token will start from 10th. Stefano spending none, everyone here will be spending none, starts from 11th. Julo starts from 12th, G4 let 4 from 13th, he was the pole sitter in Monaco. Pumpkin starts from 14th. 8th row is locked out by the Matessas. They would wish to be higher up than they are currently, considering their focus on speed and grip, but it's 15th and 16th they're starting from. We'll see if they improve in the race. Kraft starts from 17th, a teammate of pole sitter Charge AT. Skip starts from 18th, Glitzly Bird from 19th, and Masca Bravus from 20th. Let's get right into the race. 34 laps at Innsbruck Ring for the Austrian C-Prix. Charge AT on pole. Iceberg only starts from 5th, but Audi Sport Virtual have not started from pole position in any of the last 3 races, and they won all of those, so let's find out if they'll win this one. Here we go. Five lights, and away we go. Fabio started on the hards, but everyone around's on the softs, so that's very interesting. Charge AT with a start. He's got both Nasalonas pressuring him now, but Fabio is quickly dropping Juan up to second. Nandi's dropped down to 5th. Iceberg up to 3rd. Charge AT leading this pack. We got Juan and Iceberg fighting each other. Nandi ahead of Fabio and Priya. We got Aaron DeAndrian up into 7th. Got G4 early on. Has climbed quite a few positions. We got Butterlord and Fast Juicer really struggling on this track. 16th and 19th, but it's Charge AT in the lead. Nandi up into 2nd, Priya up into 3rd. There must have been some sort of accident between Juan and Iceberg, I believe. They're down in 8th and 9th. That is terrible for them. Kader knocked out of the way by Juan, Aaron DeAndre, Fabio and Ricky Boy 12 all squabbling here, and Juan trying to force his way past. Has got Aaron DeAndre overtaken by Juan and Iceberg both in the same turn. Got Fabio ahead. A lot of pressure from Ricky Boy 12. Andy with the fastest lap. He's through into the lead of the race. Charge AT has dropped down to 3rd. It's currently Nandi leading us off. Priya tokenless up in 2nd, beating her teammate Iceberg at the current moment. And Nandi leads lap 3. Let's see how this freeway fight for first is going to develop. We've got a crazy fight. What has happened? Ricky Boy 12 and Aaron DeAndrian, it looks like they were forced into the pits after just 4 laps. That is not good news for them at all, as they're currently 19th and 20th. Nandi, Charge AT and Priya fighting for first still. It's important to note that Ricky Boy, at least, he's only spending 1 token, Aaron DeAndre's spending none. But it's still, however, a big loss for them if they're not able to perform this as some sort of an undercut. Then they're in big trouble. Hnandi now down to third. It's Charge GT up in first, but Hnandi holding on to the title of fastest lap. Iceberg nearly caught up to those guys. He's in fourth. Then it's Fabio. Then it's Juan. Pumpkin up into seventh, tokenless. Very good stuff from him. G4 up into eighth, covering Ricky Boy's fall to 19th, but he's up into 17th now. Actually, he's making up some ground already. Iceberg on the back of Hnandi here, who's trying to take second from Priya. What else do we have going on? Kraft in 9th and Kader in 10th, holding on to the final points position. Oh, Hnandi sandwiched between the two Audi Sport Virtuals, but he's holding on. Iceberg is the one who's unable to follow. And even though he got the fastest lap of 31.15 recently, he's now down to fourth, now into third, gets past his teammate Priya. Looking to make a move on Hnandi. Charge AT meanwhile is running away with it. Carlos Twarza got good stats except for that speed. They've got 6 acceleration and 6 grip, I believe. Let's take a look at the upgrades, in fact. Yes, they've got one more grip than Audi Sport Virtual. Do the same with Matessa, but I think it's that acceleration that helps out Audi Sport Virtual, and Carlos Twarza is just good qualifying. Well, Kraft is up into the points now. He pets, he's down into 13th, so not so much now. Fabio inherits the lead of the race after everyone has pitted off the softs. Iceberg, one of the only ones to go onto another set of softs after starting on the softs. Interesting strategy. Juan is still out on those soft tires. That is an even more interesting strategy. There he goes. He's into the pits now. And he's gone onto the hard tires. Charge GT's also on the hard tires. Iceberg is catching him fast, but that is quite understandable. Charge GT will be hoping to get maybe some slipstream from Iceberg or something of the kind. Fabio out in the lead of the race, and I think he's gaining time a bit. To some extent he may have, or he may have just been keeping time. Now he's definitely losing time. It might have been because Charge GT and Iceberg were going through the final sector. Nandi in 4th, Priya in 5th, Kader in 6th, up in 6th. He's staying out on those medium tires, and G4 staying out on mediums. Now just overtaken by Juan. He's in 8th, Pumpkin in 9th, and Stefano in 10th. We've got Fast Juicer staying out on hards. No, he's into the pits now, falling. Fabio should be into the pits at the end of this lap, I'd assume. No, he stays out for an 11th lap on the hards. Charge GT still ahead of Iceberg. I was saying that it was understandable that Iceberg caught up to him so fast on those fresh softs, but now that Iceberg is losing time to him even and can't get past him, then Iceberg is the one on the losing side. That's a good lap time from Charge GT on the hard tires, 31.73. Fabio 3 seconds ahead, losing his gap as those hard tires become more and more worn, but he stays out for a 12 lap on the hard tires. Charge GT is now in his wing mirrors. Charge GT with a 31.25 lap time, and that's on the hard tires. Who knows what he can pull off on the soft tires in clean air then. Nandi fighting Juan, fighting Priya. It looks like Juan got forced out wide. Nandi inherits 4th possession. Pumpkin, Kader, Mr. Cyril 6 is now in 9th, and G4 in 10th. Fabio's still out on those hard tires. Will he bet? No, he's out for a 13th lap on the hard tires at this point. I'm starting to get a little concerned, but Charge GT is right up beside him, looking for a move to take himself into the race lead. Can he find it? Let's find out. Here he goes. Charge GT on the inside. Doesn't manage to pull it through. Touches a bit of grass, loses a bit of time. Now for the chicane, not much space now through this double left-hander. Charge GT is through into the lead of the race. Out of Sector 3, Iceberg has caught massively as a result of their fight. Fabio into the pits now, however, and Iceberg has lost some of that gap to Charge GT, who's had a really good exit out of Sector 3. Fabio into the pits. Where will he exit? He exits out ahead of, no, just behind his teammate Juan in 5th position. Not too bad. He's on another fresh set of hard tires after 13 laps on the first set. He can go for a two-stopper if he wishes. At this point, might as well. Iceberg softs have become really worn now, and he's into the pits. He's into the pits. We'll have to see if this ends up being an undercut that works successfully against Charge GT, or if he's just going to lose time here, because Joe is having the time of his life, first time spending tokens, and he is performing as he should be. Let's take a look down the grid. It's Charge GT currently in second. Nandi has been bumped up to second now on some worn medium tires, as Iceberg has had to pit, and those pits look to be quite long. So very important to bust out those hard tires, not soft tires like Iceberg, but I guess we'll see if his strategy works. Right now it doesn't appear to be working too great. He's 8 seconds behind a Charge AT2, behind Nandi looking to chase him down on those fresh soft tires. Juan on fairly worn hards, Fabio on fresh hards, 4th and 5th. Priya, tokenless, still running in 6th. Audi Sport Virtual has had basically no competitors this season. I mean, they've been threatened to take with those wins in the first 2 rounds. Matessa did compete against them, but now Matessa has stopped spending tokens, and they have just been unmatchable. And maybe Charge AT with Call Sforza is able to do that. Kraft has already had a few token spends with Call Sforza, but that was when they were struggling with speed. Now they should be struggling with speed much less. And it looks like Charge GT can confirm they are struggling with speed much less, but Kraft, however, has been dropped down to 18th, currently slowing down Priya to help out Charge GT a bit. Nandi has now pitted and he's exited down in 6th. Pumpkin on worn hards is in 7th. Kader on fairly worn mediums in 8th. G4 on fairly worn hards in 9th, and Stefano on fairly worn mediums in 10th. We got Mr. 06 on fresh softs in 11th, and Barlord on very fresh softs in 12th, and Ricky Boy 12 also close behind on fairly worn mediums, and Skip on very worn mediums in 14th. So we've got all these drivers, and Iceberg has bridged that gap to Charge GT. He's only 1.6 seconds behind, and Charge GT's hards are much more worn than they were previously, so it'll be harder to withstand that soft space, that blistering Audi Sport Virtual soft space, as he's got 2 lapped cars in front of him. He's got traffic, gets past Barlord. No, he doesn't. Into the chicane, that's very dangerous to go side by side, but he manages to do it around the outside of both of them, and he gets past them, but they did take up a lot of his time, and he's really struggling, and he's into the pits now as Iceberg inherits first from him. It's another set of hard tires. I don't think he'll be able to see those through to the end because he started on softs. Unlike, well, I don't remember who was it that, it was Fabio who's doing the 2-stopper on the hard tires, and I think he'll be able to. His hards look still pretty good, and he'll be able to pit once more on the hard tires. He's actually holding onto second against Charge AT, but there goes Charge AT down the inside. Oh, touches the grass a bit on the end, loses traction, and Fabio's still in front. Charge AT, losing some precious seconds here, decides to go down the inside instead of the outside of Fabio. But he's now back through into second place. We'll have to see how much time Iceberg now will lose when he pits off of the soft tires. And there'll be a few laps before that happens. Those soft tires still have some life in them. Iceberg holds the fastest lap of 30.85. Pretty good lap time from Iceberg on the softs. But that lap time from Charge AT on the hards of 31.25 was very, very much better. Fabio in 3rd, Nandi's up into 4th now, as Juan and Priya have both pitted for fresh soft tires. Pumpkin in 7th, still G4 in 8th, fighting Kader in fact. Kader on the inside, G4 into the pets, Kader in 8th. Barlord is now actually into the points for Matessa, running in 10th, and he'll be running in 9th now. Iceberg is now into the pets. Let's see, will Charge JT get past him as a result? Iceberg is already driving out, and Iceberg is still in first when Charge JT exits. But Charge JT is on very fresh hard tires here. Can he keep up with Iceberg is the question. And the other question is, how long will he be able to hold out on those hard tires? Fabio's hard tires now, seeing that wear, he will have to pit eventually, and that will be his final pit stop, I assume. Got Barlord into the pits now, means Stefano is into the points position. Barlord exits out in 11th, 5 seconds behind Stefano. He's onto softs. That surely won't be his final pit. Softs will not last him 11 laps. Well, Stefano and fresh softs also won't last him 11 laps. G4 and fresh mediums would be a struggle to last him 11 laps. It's Iceberg in the lead of the race. Charge GT trying to hold on a second behind him, but through that last sector, it's down to 2 seconds gap now. It's up to 2 seconds gap, rather. Charge GT going to have a struggle here, and he can't even stay out on those hards until the end of the race. He'll have to pit for soft tires. It's all about, I think both of them will have to pit only one more time. Priya into the pits now onto soft tires. Those won't last her until the end, or maybe they will. Have to find out. She exits out in 8th position. Kader chasing down Pumpkin. It's got fresher tires, but they are slightly worse. Fabio into the pits. He's onto mediums, in fact. He's extended the first 2 hard stints so much that he's opted to use mediums at the very end. Pumpkin into the pits now. Priya overtakes him. As a result, he's out on the mediums to finish the race. Iceberg really gaining time on Charge GT now. It looks like Iceberg's got this one in the bag. After all, 4.3 second gap. 4 second gap. As a result of fresh softs versus fresh hards. Nandi running in the podium position. Very good news for Julo, who's currently tokenless and last, struggling to get past Masco Bravus. Iceberg into the pits for his final stint of softs. Will Charge GT join him? No, Charge GT stays out. Charge GT stays out on those hard tires. That's very important. Will Iceberg undercut him here? Nandi's into the pits. Tuan gets past him. Fabio gets past him. Nandi down to 5th as a result. Kader into the pits now as well. Iceberg struggling to catch Charge GT at the current moment. He has actually fallen to a 3 second gap behind him. What has happened to Iceberg? Just not finding the pace right now. Charge GT stays out for another lap on those hard tires. Really playing with fire here, but he is staying out. Iceberg is now 4.5 seconds behind Charge GT. It's fresh salts versus worn hards. What is happening? Juan in 3rd, Fabio in 4th, Nandi in 5th, Priya very far behind in 6th, and she's into the pits again for a new set of soft tires, and that means Kader is up into 6th position, Pumpkin is up into 7th, Priya exits out in 8th position. Stefano in 9th. G4 has to enter the pits. He was in 10th, but now Butterlord will be taking 10th place from him and a final points position, as he doesn't have to pit. He's already on fresh tires. Mr. 06 also has had to pit. Charge GT is still out on those hards. Iceberg has finally caught up to him. What will Charge GT do? He's knocked out. He just doesn't have the traction on those hard tires anymore, and he still has to go for this final sector side by side with Skip, and he still stays out. Is he opting to stay out until the end of the race? Is he insane? Iceberg has now overtaken him. Iceberg's got the lead. He's got the win in the bag, and Charge GT is still opting to risk it and stay out on those hard, worn and hard tires. Juan and Fabio, it's a 3-4-4 Barcelona at the current moment. Nandi unable to catch up to them, he's in 5th. Kader in 6th, Pumpkin in 7th. Priya had to do that late pit stop, and so she's down in 8th. Stefano in 9th, and Butterlord trying to hold down 10th. Well, he's 3 seconds ahead of G4, but he's really struggling with some traffic lap ahead of him, in fact. What is Charge AD doing? He will be able to probably finish the race on those hard tires, but he's got Juan on the back of him now. I think he should have just pitted on the lap, or the lap after Iceberg pitted. He should have pitted for soft tires as well, because he's not going to be able. He's just losing unnecessary positions now, as Juan is up into 2nd place. He'll be happy he got 2nd. Charge GT won't be happy that he didn't. Will Fabio be able to also catch up to Charge GT? Anything's likely at this moment in time. He, however, is struggling with Skip and Stefano, and that's inviting Nandi to try and catch up to him. Priya has managed to get past Pumpkin. Iceberg starts the final lap. Thought he was finishing there, but he starts the final lap. Butterlord now very... Oh, Stefano! Has he been forced into the pits? Didn't look like it, but he's into the pits nonetheless. 2 seconds before the end. And he's down into 10th position. He's down into 11th. G4 gets that points position back. Butterlord promoted up to 9th. But as he crosses the final hairpins, Iceberg makes it a 4th Audi Sport Virtual win in a row as he wins the Austrian C-Prix. And Juan finishes in 2nd position. Chargeti just manages to hold on to the podium after a slip up in strategy at the final stint. Fabio in 4th, Nandi in 5th, and it'll be Kader going through the final hairpins. Kader finishes in 6th, tokenless. What a race from him. Skip will be delighted with that. Priya, tokenless, finishes 7th. Pumpkin, tokenless, finishes 8th position. And Butterlord, tokenless, will finish 9th here. It's a fight. It might be a fight here for 10th position. Mr. 06 very close behind G4. Loses some time in that 2nd hairpin. And in the final one, he doesn't have enough. Barlord in 9th. G4 with a final points position. Mr. 06 finishes 11th. Stefano tripped up at the last hurdle there to finish in 12th position. Ricky Boy 12. Still pointless despite spending his 4th token of the season. However, it's only 13th for him. 14th for Fast Juicer, 15th for Kraft, 16th for Skip, 17th for Gletsley Boy, 18th for Masca Bravus, 19th for Andy Andrian, who started off so high up, and Julo will finish in 20th. There you have it, and Iceberg's got the fastest lap to boot, another 26 points. He is on fire, and he is fighting Priya for that title at the current moment. It's an Audi Sport Virtual only affair, I'd say. That was the Austrian C-Prix, the debut of Innsbruck Ring. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week for the mid-season finale, and the mid-season finale will be at Valencia for the Spanish C-Prix, so we'll see you then. Bye-bye.